Gamers. Have you ever wondered? I've got a question to ask you. Who has the best tracks in Mario Kart? Which character is well and truly balling, and which character is well and truly falling? Somebody answered that question already, so I don't even need to do the bother of thinking. I can just consume like the consumer I am. What character has the best Mario Kart tracks? By Curb Late, 871 subscribers. So everyone, make sure you're nice, guys. Make sure you're nice, okay? Make sure you're nice to them. If you disagree in my chat very politely. Don't leave them a comment. And if you are going to leave them a comment, tell them, wow, good video, great success. So without further ado, what have you got for us, Kerblay?
Has seen some incredible tracks throughout its
No, you know what, I support small content creators, chat. I am the GOAT. Everyone give me praise. I am going to subscribe to a small channel. I probably won't watch another one of their videos unless I like this one, but I'm going to subscribe out of solidarity for a fellow small channel, and I'll give you a like, and I'm going to come to your house and have dinner with you. Let's continue.
Plus years. Despite most tracks being based on many themes already established in the Mario franchise, I feel as if the track design has always been able to elevate those themes to some incredibly memorable courses.
Give me a second, Kerblay. He's small. What's his height? Shut the fuck. Get out of it. Go back to school. Well, they shouldn't have let the kids out of school. Anyway.
I mean, Mushroom Gorge is just the World 1 theme, but that course is one of the most iconic Mario Kart tracks. So in seeing how well Nintendo is able to transform their generic themes into memorable race courses, I wanted to observe how well they're able to do the same, but for their characters. It's interesting to see how certain characters are represented in the series.
It's very interesting. I'm going to do the thing I always do, even when it comes to watching videos offline. I get the preamble, I'm here, I am seated. Let's skip the intro, shall we? Let's get right into the meat of things. 14th place out of 14th. Oh, Peach? Oh, no. To be fair, what does Peach have? Peach has what? Peach Circuit, and that's kind of it. No, Peach Kart. She has Peach Kart. No. She can't be. Look, she has Peach Gardens. No. No. Oh, no. Okay, do you know what? I'm unsubscribing.
Now, for one of the main Mario characters, Peach barely has any tracks to her name. Only 3 throughout the whole series.
Peach Circuit. Oh, Peach Beach as well. Come on, Peach Beach and Peach. That's I'm mad already. I'm mad already. I like this video already. It's got me mad.
Peach Circuit is a completely uninspired beginner track. Really
come on, you never start with your first. Come on.
Noteworthy about it. Peach Beach is a bit more interesting, but in the grand scheme...
FYI, I use a custom hack for all the Wii tracks. And you're hacking? And he's hacking? Hack fraud? I can't believe this.
Pretty unremarkable. The Cataquacks are some of my least favorite enemies.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, chat. This video, if anything, this video has inspired me. Next week, chat, we are going to do ranking every hazard in Mario Kart. That is actually unreal behavior. I would say this is easily top 3. That is a top 3. Unreal. Actually unreal behavior. But I'm here. I'm seated, chat. I'm seated. Bruv. I'm here. I'm here.
But honestly, the rest of the track is somewhat interesting, and the beach section has a cool gimmick. It's just never felt satisfying to drive through the water. Then the very best...
That's because you need a mushroom. That's because you need a mushroom. No, it's because if it's high tide, you need a mushroom. If it's low tide, you can risk it. But no, Kerblay, no.
This Peach track is only in...
Again, another reminder, chat. Do not leave him a bad comment. I'm serious. If I do, I'm banning you from my channel. Just one last warning. Anyway.
So overall, Peach just doesn't have many good tracks. Peach Gardens is pretty fun when it's the Wii version. The layout of the track is a lot more enjoyable, as I feel this is a genuinely difficult track to master. Still nothing crazy here, there are just so many better tracks in the series. And overall, Peach doesn't have many tracks, so therefore the average rank of her tracks turns out to be 50 out of 72.
50 out of... Okay. Peach feels... First, he didn't even reference the 8 Deluxe variant. When did this video come out, just to clarify? 3 weeks ago. This came out 3 weeks ago. So he didn't even mention the 8 Deluxe version at all, which is insane. Now, I don't know if I agree or disagree with this. We'll see what ranks higher. Does that make sense? We'll see what ranks higher. The fact that Rosaline only has Ice World, which is insane. So we'll see what ranks higher. Let's find out. Where's Rosalina? Luigi, yeah? Luigi. So what does Luigi have, chat? Luigi Circuit, Luigi Circuit, Luigi Circuit, Luigi Mansion. What else does he have? What else does he have, chat? Mansion's pretty solid. GBA Luigi Circuit's pretty good. GCN Luigi Circuit's pretty good. Wii Luigi Circuit is a throwaway. Raceway is a bit of a throwaway as well. My face when I have to play Luigi Circuit. Lol. Don't lol me, Albert. Fuck you. Listen, Luigi Circuit, Luigi Mansion are pretty solid, okay? Get out of here. The rest of them, maybe not so much.
Now, I'm kind of surprised Luigi is worse than Mario.
I'm surprised too.
Characters tend to get the more basic beginner tracks, but I feel as if Luigi also gets some pretty great tracks to his name. Luigi's Mansion is my favorite of his tracks.
YouTube intro type music.
I've never played the original games. It's just such a cool theme that is executed so well.
True.
The DS version feels a bit lacking with many sections not living up to their potential, but I feel as if the 3DS version spruces it up a bit and just makes it way more enjoyable to play.
Don't necessarily know if I agree, but okay, I'll let you have it.
Additionally, I think one of the best GBA tracks is Luigi Circuit.
Fair.
For how that game controls, I feel as if the track takes full advantage of the looser controls. And
Actually, okay.
ultimately, it feels like one of the more satisfying tracks in the entire game.
True.
Most of the time, I feel like a 3D remake of any 2D track is gonna be the best version, but this track genuinely feels best in Super Circuit. But ultimately, the reason why Luigi is ranked
Also, this sprite with green colors just looks really cursed, but
so low is because his beginner tracks really suck. Luigi Circuit from Wii is the exception to this, but it's really nothing spectacular. Just a decent beginner track. Then we come to Luigi Circuit from GameCube.
then he gets some mid ones, mentions GCN Luigi Circuit. Brother, Kerbler, you didn't want to make friends today, did you? And I'm here for it. Let's make it very clear. I'm here for it. This is why I like watching small to middling sized YouTubers, because you guys are willing to throw the balls at the wall. I love it. I'm here for it. I don't think people in my chat are going to be here for it, but I am. What are you cooking, brother? Where can I avoid it?
And Luigi Raceway. These are tracks I would actually consider bad.
Okay, start with Luigi Raceway. Okay.
Raceway is one of the most boring tracks in the
True,
series.
I'm not going to disagree.
Basic raceway
This isn't the one I
aesthetic
disagree with you.
No shortcuts or any challenge to it. This track more than outstays its welcome. Luigi Circuit has its merit as a unique idea, but ultimately the course layout is just too simple. And I feel as if
Oh man. Yeah, but what more did you want them to do with it though? That's what I'm confused about. Like, yeah, it's the first track in a game, and for the first track in a game, it has a relatively unique gimmick in that you can see the other racers passing by you. There are very few tracks in the series that do that to the same extent that Luigi Circuit does. So I can understand you don't like that. Like, what more did you want? That's what I'm asking you. What more did you want?
As if the wide middle road doesn't really allow for its main gimmick to shine. Luigi has...
Hang on, let me hear that again? Hang on.
As if the wide middle road doesn't really allow for its main gimmick to shine.
Well, okay, so I'm guessing his logic is the fact that the two races like pass by each other, it's not as chaotic as he'd probably like it because the track is wide. But then again, it's like, it's not Baby Park. Like, yeah, that's like, it. Hang on, let me get rid of the fucking thing. I can kind of get that, but I've never seen that really as an issue. Like, these races are supposed to use this path, these races are supposed to use this path, but cheekily enough, you can go on this path and maybe bump into someone. Like, it's... Okay, bit of a weird take, but sure.
Luigi has some really good tracks to his name, and I feel if I were to really love his better tracks, he would have definitely outranked Mario. But even though Mario has a lot more average tracks to his name, Luigi just has too many really bad tracks, which gives him an average rank of 48 out of 72.
So bearing in mind, chat, he is doing this in averages, by the way. So if you just have one track and it's good, but you have like 2 tracks and one's amazing, but one's mid, that's going to be lower than the. You see what I mean? He's working in averages, so I get it. Kind of makes sense, but to put GCN Luigi Circuit in the stinkers is genuinely insane. Do we get the pitchforks? We don't. I'm going to warn you one more time. I'm going to be serious. I'm going to warn you one more time, chat. Be nice. If I recognize anyone's name in his comments that are in my chat, I'm going to ban you. I watch it like a hawk. But this is insane, though. This is actually insane. He disqualifies characters with only 1 track. Okay, interesting. So it has to they have to have at least 2 tracks. Okay. Mario?
Not gonna lie, this is the character that I thought would get lost. Purely because Mario has some of the middest tracks in almost every entry in the franchise. The Mario circuits from Super Mario Kart are pretty bad tracks on the SNES, at least compared to the more refined 3D entries in the series. But I have to admit that Mario Circuit 2 and 3 have pretty good remakes. I especially love how Mario Circuit
2 and 3? Is he one of the rare Mario Circuit 3 enjoyers? Oh shit.
2 implemented the glider ramp at the end. Just having this shortcut alone makes this track so much fun to play.
True,
Mario
true.
Circuit 3 is also decently fun. This is definitely one that grew on
Interesting.
me over time. Just driving it within Mario Kart 8 makes it feel so much more intense.
I do like the off-road, but
And frantic. But I can't say the same for the other Mario circuits with no remakes. Mario Circuit 1 is an absolute snooze fest. It's the first track in the series, so I guess it's acceptable, but it does not help its ranking here. And Mario Circuit 4 is something that would go over pretty well as a remake, but holy shit, I do not enjoy it within Super Circuit. It's just so frustrating to.
But secondly, not acknowledging the fact that 4 is a bootleg free. I don't know, I might not be resubscribing.
So, just an FYI, I played all the Super Mario Kart tracks with no remakes in Super Circuit, because this game has every Super Mario Kart track within it, and Super Circuit is just generally a more enjoyable time than Super Mario Kart, at least in my opinion. Anyways,
I mean, fair enough, but like, I feel like if you're going to make a video like this, then you should play every variation. I think skipping some is like inherently flawed. I'm not going to hold your feet to the coals for this in particular. I am in fact guilty of ranking stuff without having played the game. If you guys had seen my earlier tier lists, I think Double Dash, Wii, and DS in particular, with those videos, I didn't actually play the game before doing it. I just did it off the dome. So I'm guilty of this too, but I would just say it's bad practice. But let's continue.
Then we have the classic Mario Circuit track, which is pretty much a staple of every game in the series. The only problem is, these tracks tend to be some of the blandest tracks in the series. Mario Kart 8's version is probably one of my least favourite tracks from what is otherwise a stellar track selection. I know people like how it's essentially the 8 in the logo of the game, but I know from experience, anytime Nintendo tries to make a track look like an 8, it absolutely falls flat. Mario Raceway tried to spice things up by, instead of being a generic Mario Kart track, it became a generic racing track. Its layout is still pretty eventful with plenty of shortcuts, but it doesn't really escape the curse of the Mario circuits. That is that 7 out of 10 Mario circuits are C tier and below.
Jesus, there's 10 Mario circuits. Fuck my life, Mario. You have too many circuits, brother.
Exceptions to this are pretty much most of the Mario Circuit remakes from Mario Kart 8. DS's Mario Circuit is a standout track. Being included in the Star Cup allowed this course to be a lot more
Albert Boris wrote this part of the video, by the way, chat.
difficult than other Mario circuits. The piranha plants that shoot fireballs are a great enemy, and I feel as if the Mario Kart 8 version makes them way more threatening.
I think I just have to heartily disagree. I like the spitting piranha plants in theory, but I don't think I've ever been hit by them. Like, very, very rarely. I like them as a hazard in principle. I just don't think they're that engaging. You know? I don't know.
The whole forest section is a spectacular revamp of the course. It has plenty of opportunities for shortcuts, and it's up to you how risky you want to make them. The GBA Mario Circuit is truly nothing special in its OG game, but the Mario Kart 8 remake transforms this track into something that has no right being this good. The scale of this track is...
Remember guys, GBA Andy. no right being this good? I mean, how good are we talking, brother? How good are we talking? That's the question. Because okay, I'm here. I'm seated.
Amplified by the anti-gravity section. And aside for having great turns all throughout the course, the ending section is always hectic with how many ways you can get ahead. Although this course is in C tier, I think Mario...
Yeah, bro probably has Ultra. So you're willing to give GBA Mario Circuit, the 8 version, more credit than GCN Luigi Circuit? That is insane. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you, Kerblo. That is on real behavior. That is on real behavior.
Kart Stadium is the perfect example of a beginner track.
Oh, hang on. Hold up. Oh, yeah. Stop. The Francis. Stop. Chat, help me out. Is Mario Kart Stadium a Mario track? It has my... hang on. We've got a case of a mistaken identity here. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, Kerblo. I think Mario's legal last name is Kart, so I think it counts. Don't get smart with me, Biffweed, okay? Or I'll bonk you on the head again.
Introduces the anti-gravity in such a natural way. Most beginners will easily be able to follow this track.
So by Kerblay's logic, there was 2 Mario circuits in Mario Kart 8, by the way. By his logic. Insane.
Get used to the different paths you can take. Whereas Mario Kart veterans can still appreciate the multiple ways of optimizing this course. I love any track that has a shortcut with a maze of pipes to navigate. It allows you to constantly improve how well you take the shortcut. Toad Circuit is another great example of this, but we'll get to that track later. So when I'm looking at the tier list, it's still kinda hard to believe that Mario isn't last, because so many of his tracks end up at the bottom.
Yeah, I can't believe that neither. GCN Luigi Circuit and Peach Gardens fucking missed out to this chump.
There's nothing higher than B tier, but I guess Mario's averageness has kinda saved him from the bottom of the list, as most of his courses are in the middle of C tier, so overall his average rank is 47 out of 72, which turns out to be 1 rank higher than Luigi, proving once again, Luigi will always be in the shadow of Mario.
That's... You did not need to say that ending statement, Kerblo. I think, stop, he was already dead. I think Mario only being 1 point on his scale better than Luigi isn't the worst thing. I think it's rough. I think it's very harsh. I think Peach being last is extremely harsh. I think Mario being just slightly better than Luigi, I think is very harsh. I think that is very, very, very harsh. I would say GCN Luigi Circuit and GBA Luigi Circuit have enough quality about them, and even Luigi's Mansion, especially more so the 7 variant, definitely, have more the quality than all of Mario's circuits combined. But hey man, you're feeling a little crazy. I like it. I appreciate you said the Mario Power Tennis clip. True. This is one of those rare instances where Mario actually had a bit of personality. Daisy. Oh no. Oh no,
Peach,
gamers.
Daisy seems kind of forgotten within the Mario Kart series, only having a total
Daisy Sims in shambles right now.
Of 3 courses. To be fair, Daisy having less courses is more reasonable than Peach, but for someone who has such a strong personality and aesthetic...
So which one's this? Is it Cruiser, Circuit, and Hills? Yeah, you know what? This is a fair ranking. 12 is fair. 12 is fair, chat.
I feel as if she was let down by only having 3 tracks. Also, none of
Oh my god, hang on. She does a fucking... Damn, her Strikers animation? She does a Rabona kick? That's crazy.
Flower theme, which is just kind of dumbfounding. Daisy Hills is my favorite of the bunch, as this track has a really...
Favorite of the... Kerblo, bruv, I love your video. I just want to make it very clear. I'm resubscribing, by the way. I just want to make it very clear. I'm resubscribing. You've gone to the macro Arlo Albert school of keeping me on my toes, and I love it. I love this video so much. Daisy Hills is like, eat the fellow Daisy Hills, and I love to see it. The best of the 3, though? The best of the 3? It would go, it'd easily go, if I'm counting all variants as well, it would go New Daisy Cruiser, Old Daisy Cruiser, Both Daisy circuits just sit in the middle there as well, and then Daisy Hills. Like, what do you mean?
Great glider section. I absolutely love flying through the hot air balloons, and discovering the shortcut was a really great moment for me. I still think the track is a bit simple, but for a Mushroom Cup course, it definitely...
Oh, hang on. You gave Daisy Hills the Mushroom Cup pass, but not GCN Luigi's... Mods. Sort him out. Send him home.
delivers.
Inconsistency. I don't like it.
The reason why Daisy's at the bottom of this list is because that's the only track I really like from her. Daisy's Circuit is pretty much over before it even begins.
Way!
I
He hates Daisy's Circuit, at least.
More after playing it quite a bit. I especially love the ending
Trying
of
to
this
get in the
track,
video.
as optimizing the high-speed turn and also cutting the corner on the pavement has become this track's best moment. But overall, I just don't think the rest of the track is anything special. Now, this is definitely one of my more controversial opinions, but...
I mean, you've been controversial nearly this entire time, but you really got to sell it to us. As someone who would thought Daisy Circuit, I did the thing again, chat. As someone who thought Daisy Cruiser was kind of mid in the GCN and thought this remake gave it the glow up it needed, brother, you got some convincing to do.
I do not enjoy Daisy Cruiser.
Oh,
it's definitely
no.
Daisy's worst track. Mostly due to its confined, awkward hallways, long stretches of nothing to do, and its total abundance of shortcuts. I think the theming of this track is absolutely perfect, and just saying Daisy Cruiser is instantly recognizable. But ultimately, I feel as if Daisy has a pretty average spread of courses. One good one, one average one, and one not so great one. Resultantly, this gives Daisy an average rank of 46 out of 70.
Just slightly better than Mario, by the way. Just slightly better than Mario. Abundance of shortcuts is bad. Okay, I'm going to assume that Kerblay is definitely a bit more of a competitive Andy. So he's probably looking at it more from a competitive lens, which is understandable. But I'm not. I'm a casual, so your opinion is wrong. I love shortcuts. Shortcuts are always fun. I think the theming of this track is fantastic. I love racing on it as well. It's got enough to do. Maybe the pick a path section at the beginning is maybe the one part where I'd say that's boring. I'm actively not having fun. But the rest of the track has got enough going on for it, you know? I would say, well, I enjoy it. I have a solid time on it. To say it's the worst of the three, though, is insane. That is an insane take. I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. That's insane. Oh, man. You meant to say absence? No, I think he's thinking about it from a competitive lens. So more shortcuts means more chance of losing because, yeah. There's no way he's a competitive player. I'm trying to make up excuses, chat. I'm trying to be the good cop. Well, I've got, how many people are here? How many people are here right now? I've got like a whole, which tab? Here's the tab. I've got a whole 123 of you guys that are playing bad cop. Okay, I'm playing good cop. Okay, leave me alone. Anyway. Oh, Rue. Hey, close the chat. Close the screen. Go hide the screen. Rue, Nathaniel, you can go as well. Hey, Rue, I'm gonna need you to step up the stream for the next 10 minutes, okay?
I wouldn't say Shy Guy is really...
Okay, how many, chat, let's ballpark. How many tracks does Shy Guy have? Bazaar and what? Fools, and that's it? What do you mean? Like, and he's what? 11th? Is there another one I'm missing, chat? Beach as well. Okay. Shy Guy Beach. So what, you got Shy Guy Beach, which is decent, I would say. C-tip, maybe, I feel like I put it in D in my Super Circle one. But like, I think the Wii version is pretty solid. I know everyone hates it though, so I'm not shocked if he does. Fools is like good. High B, low A maybe on a good day. And then Bazaar's fantastic. That's like A. Bazaar is an easy A. Fools is like generous A. And Beach, I get it. I love beaches, so I'm gonna put it in like, I'm gonna put the Wii version like B, but I get it. So what, like on average, I'd go what, B, A, and that's 11th. That's crazy. Anyway,
main character in the Mario series, but he definitely has his fans, as he's been a mainstay in the character selection ever since the DS. Personally, Shy Guy Bazaar has to be his best track. It's really cool to see
Okay, he got that part right at least. He got that part right.
a track based on the Middle East, without being one of those shit city tracks that just acts more like a tour rather than an actual race course.
Oh, tour hater, Albert Boris in absolute shambles, gamers. Classic person who's never left their house. Classic Mario soy boy, Curblade.
The marketplace is something we'd see explored in other city tracks, but I feel as if the multiple paths really make this section stand out.
True,
as the
I agree.
most iconic part of the track.
True.
And that's why this track is not too high up, as I feel like the rest of the track is a bit forgettable. The glider section is really boring, when I feel as if it could have been on par with Daisy Hills.
You got the fucking Shy Guys flying past you that you got to avoid, and you can go for a ring circle. Like, it's not the most compelling glider segment, but it's got by Mushroom Club standards. You said the phrase. I can say it too. I would say it's a decent glider section. It's not the best glider section. It's not the worst glider section. I would say, yeah, Daisy Hills does have a better glider section in terms of intrigue, but
this section is really
like you got the flying Shy Guys from not from. It's a reference to Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't think it was the Shy Guys that were on the carpets. It was the Pidgeots, but I think as a reference, it's quite charming. As an obstacle, it's okay. You can fly through ring hoops as well. You're doing enough. You're doing enough, you know? Have you ever hit those Shy Guy carpets? Well, no, I don't think I have. But again, it's a Mushroom Cup track, so the glider segment's not supposed to be hard. It's just supposed to be enough, you know? And I think it does enough.
really boring, when I feel as if it could have been on par with Daisy Hills. If the Shy Guys on the flying carpets actually obstructed the path, this track would have been way more exciting. Shy Guy Falls is an impressive track on first impression, but for someone who's been playing Mario Kart 8 for close to a decade, the spectacle of this track has started to wear off.
Do you know what? Do you know the worst part is, Kirby? I would probably have agreed with you unless I saw the falls in third person. I think I would have, but I think when I got the free cam clips for Shy Guy Falls and I saw what the falls look like in third person, I was reconvinced. I'm like, this stage visually is probably one of the best that Mario Kart 8 offers. I'm not even look at this waterfall, brother. Just look at it from above. Like, you drive up there and then drive down it. That looks so cool in third person. And I still think the spectacle somewhat... It's one of the few tracks in Mario Kart 8 that's going for spectacle in its aesthetic, and I think it still holds up decently well. I would disagree with this. I can understand it has been 10 years, but I would humbly disagree.
Don't get me wrong, I still think this is a good track. I just feel that the end of the course tends to feel really clunky and awkward. This shortcut here always gets me killed, it's not even worth it. And lastly, there's Shy Guy Beach. From my memory of playing this as a kid, I thought this would be a really scary and tense track, but it is a cakewalk, and the lack of challenge...
Yes, a mushroom! Come on! Like, listen, you have used by Mushroom Cup standards as an argument once, which puts it on the table. You've put it... That's your fault, Cup. That's your fault. You've put it on the table. By Mushroom Cup standards, I think this is in Shell in Wii as well, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in Superstar, it's a mushroom! Come on!
Coupled with its simplistic design, puts this one very low on the ranking. So overall, Shy Guy has some good tracks that kinda miss their potential. This results in these courses with great ideas only
Is it banana? Okay, my bad.
Nothing higher than B tier. And then Shy Guy Beach just completely weighs down the average rank to 45 out of 72.
Shy Guy... I mean, to be fair, I kind of expected. I expected Shy Guy Beach to... guys, we're not going to say skill issue. We're going to hold skill issue. Guys, chat, hold. We're going to save it for later. He's definitely not beating the allegations. I'll let you that know now. We're going to hold the S, chat. Hold the S. We're going to save it for later. I was expecting Shy Guy Beach to weigh down the average, but I think 10th is a bit hard. We'll find out if it's truly hard. I want to see what comes ahead, you know? I want to see what comes ahead. The hold, chat. Hold. Oh, wait. Cooper, huh? So what does Cooper have? He has 2 beaches, a cape. What does Cooper have? Is Cooper City? No, I don't think Cooper City. Is Cooper City a Cooper track or is it a Bowser track? Is it Cooper Beach and Cooper Cape and that's it? 3 beaches? Oh, he has Cooper Trooper Beach from the N64. So it's 3 beaches technically, and a cape. Is that it? Is it those 3? Cooper Cape, at least in the original, was very good. The BCP one sucks. Both beach tracks are fucking boring as sin. The N64 beach track is actually really good. I love both variations. So what, he's got Cooper Cape original, Cooper Trooper Beach, both versions, and that's it. The rest of his tracks fucking suck. Well, let's figure it out, shall we?
Much like Shy Guy, it's hard to really say if Cooper is a character. He's more like a type of enemy. But regardless,
nah, he's an enemy. He's a guy. He's a guy.
At least 2 tracks to their name, and Cooper has 4. And the reason why he's so low on this list is because there is a huge divide in quality with his courses. Let's start off with the first S tier track of this video.
Cooper Cape,
Cooper Cape. Do I really need to explain why this is a masterpiece? The river section of this course is so simple yet so complex.
If you don't mention the electric section, I'm removing my like.
I love how you're incentivized to stay in the river for a speed boost, but you're given so many different ways to go about this section that you never really follow the same path, especially if you have a boost. It was so refreshing to see the tunnel section in its full glory. It adopts the same principles as the river section, as the middle of the pipe has a flowing water source, but the challenge here is cranked up to 100. Trying to survive the water stream whilst dodging the lasers is exhilarating.
Probably the best section in any track.
Understand why they got rid of this section in both the remakes. Then we have Cooper Trooper Beach up in A tier. I can't really describe why I adore this track so much.
Same! Oh my god! It's just it's got vibes! I'm turning into Nintendo Land chat.
This track has to be one of my favorite throughout the whole series. It's very difficult to pull off, but coming out this waterfall just clicks with me, as it feels like a secret passage that you'd never discover on your first couple of playthroughs. Also, the Mario Kart 7 version of this track is just really polished, and the water mechanic shines really well in this course. But I am
a little disappointed. I think you've done this numerous times throughout this video, Kerbler. You've not mentioned like every variations of a track, even in passing. I'm not expecting you to like, you know, maybe go as in depth with every single track, but like the fact that you didn't even mention like the even crazier version of the shortcut in the OG N64 version of Cooper Trooper Beach, a little disappointing. And I think you've done that for a couple of these where you mentioned one version, but you don't mention like another version at all. I can understand if you prefer one version, but not even acknowledging every version of a track that has multiple versions. You did it for Luigi's Mansion. You mentioned both versions, and you said the 7th version was better, which is fair. But you couldn't have mentioned the OG. I like the shortcut version of the OG a lot more because it's chicanerous. But you didn't mention it, which is a bit of a shame. A bit of a shame. I guess he's playing which version he thinks is the best, which is fair. But at least acknowledge them, you know. At least give it a passing mention. But that's just a nitpick from me.
The other side of the spectrum, we have the Cooper Trooper Beach courses. These are just straight up terrible courses. The DS remake...
yeah, also he didn't mention the BCP version of Peach Gardens at all, which is insane. But, you know.
Makes Cooper Beach 2 a bit more tolerable, as it's good practice for snaking in the boring sections, but goddamn this section sucks. It's really difficult to make out these pits, and they just feel like an unfair punishment. Then, Cooper Beach 1 takes the cake for the most nothing track in the series.
He didn't mention the worst version of Peach. Biff, we're gonna fight. I swear to God, Biff. I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs, Biff.
I don't hate it as much as other controversial tracks in the series.
Sir Musty and Biff Weed combined the S tier list, and then we're gonna fight over Peach Gardens. That's what we're gonna do.
There's nothing here to hate.
Guys, hold. Okay, what did he say? Sorry, I was busy planning content with Biff against his will. Let me go back. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Is there an allegation? Let's hear.
To make out these pits, and they just feel like an unfair punishment.
Oh, was it the pits thing? Hang on.
The boring sections, but goddamn, this section sucks. It's really difficult to make out these pits, and they just
Brother, you're talking to a guy who should be wearing glasses right now. I was diagnosed not good sight.
Damn, this section sucks. It's really difficult.
I think it's... I think Spongy's right. Maybe you should get like checked. I'm being honest, like truly, because I do not see... Listen, I'm with you. I just want to make it clear, Kerbler, I'm with you, okay? I suck at Mario Kart. Any excuse to make up an excuse. These puddles, though, I think are very distinct. I do think the punishment is a bit unfair. I do think you sinking into the bottom area to be lifted out is annoying. I think these puddles should have been a massive slowdown instead. But to say you can't see them, it's a head scratcher. It's a head scratcher, buddy.
To make out these pits, and they just feel like an.
I don't get the hate for this section. It's the only part of the track I actually like. Yeah, same here to be honest, but it's Cooper Beach 2. I'm not going to defend in court. You know.
Cooper Beach 1 takes the cake for the most nothing track in the series. I don't hate it as much as other controversial tracks in the series, but there's nothing here to hate or like.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
It's just a short loop with annoying water physics.
So hang on. They did that in Tour? Hang on. In the Tour, the deep water pits I actually offer. Oh, they did do it. Oh, I actually didn't know that, by the way. But yeah, I always thought sinking into them felt a bit harsh, so I'm glad they changed it. They took my idea.
Going for the Cooper Beach tracks, which were one of the main themes in the original game, Cooper would be way higher on this list. But ultimately, the average rank of this widespread of tracks ends up being 37 out of 72.
I think considering the shitty Cooper Beaches, I would say not the worst placement. Somewhat agreeable. I'm still reeling over Luigi, if I'm being honest, chat. I'm reeling over Luigi and Daisy as well. But anyway, what is in 8th place? Cooper Beach 2 was a special cup track in the SNES. Thanks, Saul.
So far, most of the ranking has been extremely close, with 10th to 14th being split by 5 positions. But it is even closer here, as we have a 3-way tie for 6th place. But this is an average...
Where do you think Rainbow's going to be placed? If he doesn't have Rainbow here, I'm going to be very upset, I'm going to be honest.
So there's a slight difference between these 3 characters. I'll show the decimal places for these next 3 characters to show how close it ended up being.
Okay. Ooh, Bowser? Oh, Bowser. Bowser. Well, to be fair, do you know what? Like, what it's 9th out of what, 14th? I feel like that's still a bit harsh. Like, okay, to be fair, how many Bowser castles did I put in, like, D or below? I think I put, what? The SNES versions of the 3 Bowser castles. I put... And then what? SNES Bowser Castle 1. Then GBA Bowser Castle. I put 5. 5 out of what? The 21? Not counting Tour and GP? Oh, come on. Not this harsh still. Not this harsh.
Much like Mario, at least one Bowser track has been featured in every entry.
He's going to rank the SNES castles based on the GBA versions. If he does, I'm going to call shenanigans on that. I'm going to call shenanigans. I'm going to call massive shenanigans. Because, yeah, I think this is the one where he shows... Again, granted, still a small YouTuber, still got a lot of growing to do. But I would say that's a calamitous error. I'm gonna win out. Your subscriber count isn't gonna win me over with this. It wins me over when it comes to not comparing every version of every track. I'm like, fair, all of that slide. But if you're gonna compare the SNES versions, the GBA versions of the SNES versions, I'm calling shenanigans on that. Massive shenanigans. Let's hope not.
Series. Bowser, however, has the most amount of character tracks, coming in at a total of 14 tracks across 8 games. Once again, this is mostly due to the older games.
Oh, he's not including retros. Interesting. So I don't think he's even acknowledging retros. Because it was 21, wasn't there? Plus retro. Anyway, whatever.
4 Bowser's Castles in one game. Then, of course, each subsequent game featured a Bowser's Castle near the end of Special Cup. First off, I need to talk about Bowser's Castle 2. This is the only F-tier character course. I absolutely despise this course and its bullshit difficulty. The controls of Super Circuit...
Okay, chat. The doors have been lifted. The doors have been lifted, chat. Say it with me. I'm calling that a skill issue, buddy. I'm calling that a skill issue. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. You just need to get good. This is easily one of the most satisfying tracks to learn and get good at. I'm gonna be honest. I love SNES Bowser Castle. The turns are so tight and intricate and harsh. I love it. I love this track. And if you hate it because of that, you are bad at video games. All right, guys. I'll give you another 10 seconds. All right, get out of your system. And gamers, 3, 2, 1. The doors have been shut now. That's enough skill issue. Philicitis. Okay, no more. Let's continue.
Circuit are a bit better than Super Mario Kart, but it does not help how
Hang on one second.
Super Circuit are a bit coarse and it's bullshit difficulty. The controls of Super Circuit are a bit better than Super Mario Kart, but it does not help how difficult it became to even place in the top 4. The track is so tight, I always found myself bumping into walls, then losing like 4 positions just because of that. People usually hate this track for its useless turn into lava.
He's not gonna do. Oh, Bowser, dude, no. No, don't, Kerblade, don't do it. Don't do it, Kerblade. You're not even gonna mention the. Kerblade, don't do this to me.
Whilst that kind of pisses me off,
It's useless in the GBA, but, and this is the part we say, but
easily avoid it after one mistake. But this frickin' section here is one of the most awkward and frustrating things to navigate. It's just straight up bad track design. Like, it's not a natural path to take at all. Bumping into a wall is a...
It's almost as if the hazards in this track is what made it more... Oh, don't do this to me, Kerblade. I'm holding back my power level because you're a smaller channel than mine. I don't want to be too mean, but you're gonna turn me mean. You're gonna turn me mean. I'm gonna turn into evil Moresty. That's what I want to do.
90% likelihood. And the thing that pisses me off even more is how there's an item box in this obscenely difficult turn. Like, clearly it's there because it's the more challenging route, but this whole section is impossible to navigate in the first place. Sometimes I would slow down to try and get the item, but I would still miss it because it's just so precise. And normally it wouldn't piss me off that much, just missing one item box.
No!
But this item box is
Kerblade,
one
no!
of 2 throughout the entire track. That is absolutely dumbfounding.
Yes,
Why-
because it was based off a game where there was only one item, and no, Kerblade, no! Yes! The original SNES tracks only had one item per lap, which you would know if you played it, but he's not played it, no! Just get the Nintendo Switch Online, it's like $4 a month! No! What the hell, man? You can't... Bowser, why did you have to be right? Why did you have to be right, man? You're really gonna... Yeah, shit on this version, sure, but then at least show us that you played the original, which is way better because of the thwomps and the feather and the stuff. Also, my watch just said, good job for staying active, because me being that animated triggered my watch into thinking, I'm walking around right now.
Why is there only one item box that's easy to get in the whole track?
Because it's based off a...
Makes driving become the most critical part of beating this track. And driving this track
Almost as if the old Mario Kart games really tested your driving ability!
is one of the most frustrating things I've ever had to experience within Mario Kart. Now, on top of having the worst character track, the 2D Bowser tracks happen to be some of the more blander tracks in the series. The similar aesthetics of these tracks don't do them any favors, and even though a lot of these Bowser Castle tracks have 3D remakes, they're really just making the controls better and not really improving on the groundwork. But then we come to the 3D Bowser Castles. I love that the series abandoned the flat overused theme and rather opted for each track to be a one-off special event in the Special Cup. Every single 3D Bowser's Castle...
So you just skipped over all the rest of them? You're not going to mention any of the other 2D ones? GBA BC3? BC4? Is OG BC3? Oh no, Kerblade, what have you done? What have you done?
Achieves a great standard of quality. I especially love N64 Bowser's Castle. This track feels like a bunch of different challenge rooms put together through a cohesive theme. The way you have to react to the thwomps really gets you thinking and planning out your move. Whereas most tracks use thwomps as a way to guide you through the track, these thwomps make you constantly...
You basically said all the 2D ones were equally as bad. I'm not gonna lie, Kerblade, man. You're not beating the macro allegation. I genuinely just don't think you can make a video like this unless you've played every version of every track. Even if you don't acknowledge them, I still think by shitting on one version which has another version that kind of fixed all the problems that you're shitting on is insane to me. That is actually like that's bad. That's bad, Kerblade. That's bad. Shame on you. Shame on you, brother.
Where to go. The end section is also phenomenal, as much like the thwomp section, never really get to take the same path. having to avoid the lava streams and walls. Doing this little shortcut at the end is something I always go for. It rewards track knowledge more than any other track I can think of, and it's still quite difficult for not much gain, but the satisfaction of pulling it off is immense.
So you mentioned the satisfaction of pulling off an intricate thing in this track, but not the satisfaction of mastering the turns in SNES Bowser Castle 2, eh? Also, I don't know if using texture hacks in a video like this is a good idea. I don't think it is neither, but I'm not gonna knock off too many points for that. Does that make sense? I feel like I only played a few and guessed his opinions on the rest. Man, it's like I'm not expecting you to have access to a Super Nintendo with Super Mario Kart to talk about a game that most people put as the worst in the series. But considering how accessible these games are in the Nintendo Switch Online, so what's confusing me is you had more access to a Game Boy Advance, methods to record Game Boy Advance footage than you did NSO. And I'm not trying to like poor shame someone, you know. I'm a bit of a brokey now at the moment, but it is $4 a month. You couldn't have just paid a one-time $4 payment, play the SNES thing, play the Super Mario Kart tracks, and then cancel your subscription. I would have done that. I'm just saying, Sir Musty Gamers, I am your streamer. I would have done that. Yes, thank you. I'm a very virtuous man. I know. I would have paid $4 for you guys. Okay, and it's a 7-day free trial as well. Kerblay. No excuses, brother.
A lot of people seem to not really enjoy the 3DS Bowser's Castle. And
I am one of them.
that I do not get.
It's just bland and boring, brother. There's no part where I'm actively having fun except that one cool shortcut at the end.
Most diverse Bowser's Castle with plenty to offer. I feel as if a lot of the other Bowser's Castles tend to blend.
This is the part where you do maybe a little bit of a play-by-play. What do you mean it's diverse? Yeah, like the Minecraft set piece looks kind of cool.
Together a bit. I'm not saying it's bad, but with Wii's Bowser Castle, I barely remember the layout aside from the giant Bowser statue and the wobbly entrance. This is the same with Mario Kart 8's Bowser Castle, and even the GameCube one. The 3DS version features this sick water section that twists and turns between rocks, ramps, and lava. It also features a challenging shortcut that isn't very obvious. Side note, I love shortcuts that aren't immediately obvious. Things that take a bit to discover, then even longer to master, are my favorite types of shortcuts. Ribbon Road is a perfect example of this. And
so remember guys, according to this guy, Double Dash, Wii's and 8s, 7s.
Even something like this shortcut from Grumble Volcano really appealed to me. A-tier is pretty much filled with Bowser Castles. The DS Bowser's Castle is overall a solid experience.
What the this guy is like the negative Musty. This guy's the anti-Musty. The two Bowser Castle he rates are 7 and D. He's not, listen, he's not beating the Zuma allegations. Brother is not beating the Zuma allegations, I'm gonna be honest with you.
But you know it's crazy. All about the spin log.
Yes!
Whenever I think about Mario Kart DS,
enough for an A?
The first images that comes to mind. It's absolutely iconic and needs to be brought back. But lastly, I want to talk about how special Bowser Castle 3 is. Like I said before, the old 2D Bowser Castles are pretty shit. Most of the remakes for them couldn't build upon them, and resultantly, they're mostly in C tier. But Bowser Castle 3 is a shining example of how
he likes my go at least.
Create a whole new vibe.
He likes my go.
Anytime a SNES track would come out for the Booster Course Pass, I feel as if everyone would roll their eyes. But it just goes to show that these tracks have so much potential if Nintendo actually tries. This is now an exhilarating course with so many different ways to experience.
He's agreeing with me. I am going to re-like the video. Amazing stuff.
And optimize it. Anti-gravity twist makes this stand out compared to the basic remakes. And I hope Nintendo can learn from this that staying faithful to a track's original design is not always the best thing to do. So much like Mario, Bowser has a wide spread of tracks, mostly ending up in C tier. Personally, I would have given Bowser 6th place because I feel the best of his tracks outshine the bad tracks significantly. But ultimately, this tier list was my ranking, and Bowser just missed out on 6th place with an average ranking of 36.35.
So we did not get a Neo Bowser. Oh no! I was waiting for Neo. Kerblay. You didn't even talk about OG BC3, BC4. Like, okay, that's fine. Didn't even mention any of the old SNES Bowser castles. Neo Bowser's his own character, I guess. Oh, Kerblay. I can handle strange takes. I can't handle it when you're being chicanerous, though. It's a Koopa track. Oh, but he didn't. No, but Albert, don't defend him. All right, he didn't put it in the Koopa section either. Excuse me, Albert. He didn't put it. Huh?
Out of 7.
See, he includes. So according to my fella, Mario Kart Stadium's a Mario track, but Neo Bowser City isn't a Bowser track. Right, he talks about City in the comments. Does he? Where is it? Oh, here it is. I mean, I knew about it. I just didn't find a good way to implement it to script, so I didn't talk about it. What the fuck is that kind of excuse? Just talk. What is that? Just talk about. Sorry, okay, hang on. Okay, hang on, stop. So, just to clarify, I don't write full scripts for videos. I want to make that very clear. So maybe this is like an angle I don't understand. So if there's anyone in the chat who writes scripts, he could have just said, he literally just could have said, oh, I forgot to mention Neo Bowser City, so I'll talk about it here. Neo Bowser City is blah, 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 and as a result, I think Neo Bowser is blah, 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 blah. Surely, like, to me, it just seems that simple. I just take basic notes, but, like, it doesn't feel like to me as an outsider, someone who doesn't write scripts, that it would be that hard to just go, oh, also he has one track that isn't a castle, Neo Bowser City. Some people like this track, some people hate this, and then I think, and I think, anyway, Bowser gets a 36.35. Am I going crazy? Script right here, what's bro on about? That's what I'm thinking. Just talk about it. You can see at the end of the video that I put it in beta. Okay, fair enough, I suppose. But just do you need me to like go? And now here to talk. Yeah, he needs the intro, guys. And now to talk about Neo Bowser City. Welcome in, Kerblay. Did you need one? Did you need one of those? Anyway, let's continue. Jesus Christ, this video is fun. I'm having a good time, chat. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Bit of a jump scare in terms of audio. Not gonna lie. Alfonso, rise. Alfonso, stand up.
It's so weird that characters like Cheep have more courses
My face when Cheep ranks higher on average than Bowser.
than main characters like Rosalina, Waluigi, and Toadette. But in having a character that exclusively lives in the ocean, you definitely get more of an established theme for their tracks. Surprisingly, my favorite track is Cheep Island from the GBA.
Oh, that's crazy. Hang on, okay, hang on, let's count. How many Cheep tracks are there? There's Cheep Cape, Cheep Island, Cheep Beach. Is that it? Is there any more? Chat, help. Is there any more? Other than those three? Yeah, there's Cape, or Lagoon if you call it, Beach, and an island. That's it. Island, Beach, Cape. Oh. What? And wait, this is better than... This is 14th place. What are you talking about? What?
Much like Luigi Circuit, this is a course that belongs on Super Circuit. It's pretty difficult to get the hang of, but when you do, it's an extremely...
Difficult to... There's like a fucking whole... There's like a Brazil-shaped section of the map here. Brother, what are you talking... Don't say it. Don't say it. Do not say it. Hold. Mods, timeout, Alfonso. Hold. We're gonna hold. Okay. He's not a Super Circuit Andy. I get it. Let's keep going.
Exhilarating course. I love how you can skim on the water for a bit to cut corners. It makes
I like that too.
Always get better at this course. I would have loved to see this in the booster course pass, as even though I just said this track is suited to Super Circuit, if this was given proper care, a remake of this would be absolutely magical.
I think so too, but like the original was just not that. But I'm the GBA guy, and even then, I didn't really like this track as a standalone track. I think it just doesn't really do anything interesting. And as a Lightning Cup track, I think it breaks the tension in a way that I don't really like. Like I'd say, I think I would say Island's the best Cheep track, but I don't think any of those are better on average than Bowser. Like, yeah, I don't think so neither. Like, well, anyway.
Cheep Beach is another solid track. It's gorgeous within Mario Kart 8, and being able to properly drive through the water makes it a lot cooler.
Oh, that's my one point of contention. I think being able to drive through the water makes this track wholly less interesting. I like the gimmick with the tide in the original way better than the 8 version.
Worst Cheep track isn't even that bad. At the top of C tier is Cheep Cheep Lagoon. I see this as a perfect introduction to the water mechanic of Mario Kart 7. It's a simple
but what the... No, it sucks!
wide track that lets you get used to the different physics.
Who cares?
Seaweeds
We're all
you can
used to
pick
water.
up,
It's been
so you get a better
15
feel
years.
for how floaty the game becomes. Then you can risk getting an item by timing when you go past the clam. I really love the shortcut you can take in this section. It's one of those things that takes a while to discover, but is very cool once you do.
So what, how does it work, chat? Shifrilus when train, Biff Weed when hot orange juice, me when beach track, Kerblay when undiscovered, like easy, hard to discover shortcut. I think everyone has their like scrimbler. Everyone has their like one thing that just rots their brain, and we found this guy.
Additionally, there's another path split where you can either take a risky path to
This guy has a fish fit. No, shut up.
or just go back in the water. Overall, it's a simple track with a lot of hidden complexity, which is
Alfonso has the
make
fish
an
fish.
introductory track. So, unlike Bowser, Cheep Cheep is probably the most dense when it comes to overall rankings, with the top track being at 32 and the bottom being 43. So, although Cheep Cheep doesn't reach anywhere near the highs of Bowser, they have a consistent average ranking that only just allows them to beat Bowser.
Now, that's insane, brother. You telling me? Oh man, I put what, like 5 Bowser castles in S tier? Is there any other track with as many versions as Bowser where it gets 5 in the S tier? Jesus Christ.
This ranking comes to
I'm taking a drink.
36.33 out of 72.
I don't get the Cheep Cheep Island hate. I just don't think it's that good. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's good. In its base game, I don't think it works. And even standalone, it doesn't do anything interesting. The sunset looks nice, but you live in the same game as Sunset Wilds, brother. Like, it's a nothing track. Okay, where's Yoshi? Yoshi's in 7th. You have what? Yoshi Falls, Yoshi Circuit, and what? Yoshi Island? Is that it? I know Yoshi Falls is like a shitter, but Yoshi Island and Yoshi Circuit are insane. Like, Yoshi Circuit is like an A or a B at least. And Yoshi Island is like an S, so what do you mean? And Valley? Oh, like, OG Valley's amazing. New Valley, that's another shitter as well. Desert is good, that's a B as well. 7th, maybe 6th, I don't know. I'd push for 6th or 5th. I'd put for 5th or 4th. Like, what, so you got Falls and, what is it, Valley, New Valley kind of throwing you down a bit, but the rest of them are good. New Valley is good, oh boy. Oh boy, Brack, my man. I hope you're not going to get re-elected with that opinion, brother.
So, Yoshi ends up taking 6th
For Yoshi? It's been a what? It has been a long time since I heard someone pronounce it Yoshi. I used to have a friend growing up who pronounced it Yoshi. And me and him would argue all the time. God, it's been a while. It's been a while.
And that's because Yoshi has a similar trait to Bowser, but with only 5 courses. The best of this has to be Yoshi Circuit. It's kind of wild that just tracing the
best of this isn't Yoshi Island. Crazy folks.
Line of a Yoshi resulted
Yoshi
in a
again.
challenging yet satisfying course to drive. There are constant twists and turns, and this section here is one of my favorites to traverse. It's a bit awkward, but after playing this track for a while, I still find it somewhat difficult to drive efficiently. That's why having a mushroom or star in this area is really effective.
I really like that jump. To be honest, I as much as I give 8DX Yoshi Circuit a lot of shit for skipping the tunnel section, I think this cut...
That's why having a
This cut is probably like one of my favorite cuts like in the game. I love this little cheeky cut there. It wasn't available in the GCN version, if I remember correctly. But them adding this is actually really cool. I like it.
The shortcut at the start is honestly kind of broken, as you pass so many people doing it.
It's proof. What are you, fucking HD rookie? Why are you complaining about a shortcut being broken, brother? It doesn't matter. It's broken if it's against you. It's not broken if you use it. Come on.
Because it's at the start of the lap, it isn't a game ender. Unlike, let's say,
broken?
Then there's the universal highlight of the booster course pass, Yoshi's Island. This is a track that exceeds any expectations I had of a Mario spin-off track. It's so detailed in its world and course design. I love how much effort they put into references, and how it can have a major impact on the track. The glider section is a great showcase of this,
Hell
as it
yeah.
implements the cloud whilst also giving you something to do in the air, as opposed to most gliders that just have you going from point A to B. I would have loved to put this course in S tier, as it ticks all the boxes for a great adaptation. However, I don't feel as if the track design is worthy of S tier. It's still a remarkable track.
I don't disagree. That was my reason for not putting it in S+. So I put it in S, not S+, because I don't think the racetrack has just enough. So for him, instead of S, he'd put it in. That's fair. That's fair, I suppose.
Yoshi Valley is good, but not because of its main gimmick. It's actually a really cool concept, and I love how a lot of Mario Kart 8's tracks subtly implement this element of multiple different paths. Most of the time it's just a two-way path split, but it works wonders for replayability. With Yoshi Valley's path splits, it feels more like a gimmick than an actual track. If the paths offered different types of challenges that involved different mechanics, it would have worked a lot better. Like for example,
Yes.
imagine if one path used mushrooms, the other goes underwater, and another involves a congested gliding section.
Wow, that'd actually make a track worth playing. Crazy that, huh?
It would
Crazy.
allow for the player to choose a path based on what suits their playstyle. What we end up with is one path that is clearly superior, and is probably the only challenging path to take. Therefore, every race plays out the same. In saying that, I don't hate the superior path. I love how crammed the bridge can get, and the rest of the track...
I think this is another part where you probably chalk up to personal experience. I've never had an instance where this bridge was crammed. I don't know about you guys,
I don't
but
hate the superior path.
I've never had an instance where like me and somewhere else were trying to like cram onto this bridge, or like it just doesn't. Maybe at the start of a race, but at the start of the race there really isn't too many dangerous items. I can't really say this happened a lot to me. Even in your footage, brother, the power of editing, amazing. Even in your footage, you could have shown something to like indicate maybe you and another player bumping into each other or something. But I can't really say that's ever happened to me too often to be notable. I don't know.
I love how crammed the bridge can get, and the rest of the track is fun with an amazing shortcut at the end. But like most ambitious tracks, it feels like the groundwork rather than its full potential.
So that's the part where you mentioned the original and how the original did it better, but since you're not going by the originals, since you don't have an N64, listen, I get it. You have to pay for what, a year of NSO, N64 to get access to that? That's a bit pricey. I can understand you maybe not playing the N64. Maybe you don't have access to Project 64 on the PC, which is the Uncle Jim Tendo version. But the fact that you never made the OG and the new version have so much difference. Oh man. Oh, Kerblay. Can't say this video isn't disappointing me, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
Then we have the bad Yoshi tracks to help balance out his score. Yoshi Falls isn't overly bad, except for how the waterfall can just kill you, but nothing about this track is generally any good. Yoshi Desert is the same. It's definitely a track we need a remake of, because I feel like the Super Circuit version is limited by its 2D nature. Half the time I can't really see what's happening on the ground, but it sorta looks interesting. And this being a desert track does...
I think, brother... You're not beating the spectacles allegation, brother. I don't know what's happening to you. I don't know. Really? This isn't even a skill issue thing. This is like an eyesight issue, man, brother. Like your corneas are crazy. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened to you.
Visually, it's a mess, and aside from the giant Yoshi Sphinx in the background, there's no landmarks or distinctive sections to this track. So all things considered, Yoshi does have some more iconic tracks.
He's just a 2D here, that's what it is.
In the series, with Yoshi Island being a standout. If
of course it's
Mario Kart tracks
fine.
are anywhere near as good as that in the next installment, it's gonna be a great game. Overall, Yoshi's ranking...
Albert Mustard, a blindness blunder. I think that's what we're going to call it, Chad. The next time he mentions something to do with seeing things that the rest of us don't really have too much of an issue with, we're going to call it a blindness blunder. Blindness blunder.
36.2 out of 72. Technically beating out Cheep Cheep and Bowser by 0.1 of a ranking. Honestly, all these characters have an equal ranking in my eyes.
Eyesight error.
There was a three-way tie in the first place. But for this video's sake, it just made more sense to properly rank them, and now have a more complete ranking.
So what's it? We're going into the 5th place. Who gets into 5th?
Piranha Plant feels like another weird...
Hang on. How many Piranha Plant tracks are there, chat? How many Piranha Plant? There's Piranha Plant Pipeway, or Slide, which is like S plus 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 triple plus. Cove, Pipeline, and Slide. Is that it? Piranha Plant Cove, it sucks. Pipeline isn't in the main game. So it's literally just... For me, this would be like, what is it, 6th out of what, 14th? I think that's probably about right, to be honest. Because like for me, I'd put, what's it? Piranha Plant Pipeway in like double S, triple S, and I put Cove in like fucking D. So I guess it averages out to being in the middle of the pack. And Pipeline doesn't exist, so Pipeline is dead.
Inclusion. But if Smash Bros can
Okay, hang on. No, sorry. Just as if he includes Pipeline for Piranha Plant, but doesn't include Neo Bowser City for Neo... I'm cancelling this whole video.
Why can't Mario Kart? Piranha Plant being more of a side enemy only has 3 courses to their name, with 2 of them coming from Mario Kart Tour. Now,
okay, chat. I don't know if I can... Hang on, chat. I need to show you something. Windows thought this would be an amazing time to... let me show you guys this. Hang on. I need to show you guys that. We interrupt this video for Windows being a piece of shit. They thought now would be a good time to recommend me to upgrade to Windows 11 in the middle of my live stream. Fuck you, Windows. I am going to say no. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's continue with the video, shall we?
One of these tracks appeared in the final wave of the Booster Course Pass, but for some unknown reason, Piranha Plant Pipeline was left out, now becoming the only Mario Kart Tour track that has never returned. Hopefully they add it to the next Mario Kart, but for now, I'll have to play a custom track of this.
Who uses 11? My laptop, unfortunately, has Windows 11. It came with it, and it's all right. It's not the worst thing ever made, but I would just stick with 10, thank you. It's like like for me, it's like a boomer thing. I already know where everything is in 11. Sorry, in 10. So I don't need you to like fucking change things around like an idiot. Okay, leave me alone.
Because frankly, there's no chance I'm getting to it just to play this track. Now, I don't know how accurate this track is to its original.
Hang on. You will play a modded version of Piranha Plant Pipeline to rate it, but you miss Neo Bowser. Oh, there's this. Oh my lord, bro. That's insane. This guy is a freak. I can't listen. I'm not gonna lie, Curb. I can't match your freak. That is insane to me. That is actually insane to me. Unreal behavior. I'm not okay. I'm not gonna. Dan Beaver. I'm not okay. Honestly, I'm not okay at all. This guy. I can't match this guy's freak.
Definitely not completely, as this course is kinda unfinished, but of what I experienced, I'm confused on why they never brought this one back. It's an absolute blast for a concept that hasn't been fleshed out like this before.
Yeah, but surely this doesn't account for your final ranking, right? Come on.
Piranha Plant Pipeway explores the sewers, but this course feels way more confident in its core idea. Driving up and down the pipes reminds me of Cooper Cape in all the best ways. There's even a section where you have to stay in the middle to maximize your speed. Flying into different pipes is this track's best moment. I don't know if one way is necessarily faster, but this really elevates the idea of extending the split pass that Mario Kart 8 utilizes. I really love this course for how it sets out to do something no other Mario Kart track has really done before. It's still a bit lackluster in many sections, but the vibes of this course are spectacular, and I'd love to see a proper...
You think he beat Macro? Nah, this is not even close to Macro. I think what made Macro's video insane is that like his takes were just absolute chicaneers. I think what makes this video kind of flawed is that it's flawed on a technical level. You didn't, like, half the tracks you didn't mention the alternate version, and then some of the tracks you just skipped over. Like, what's happening here? Like, on a technical level, this video doesn't really work as well, which I'm willing to. Listen, these are small YouTube, okay? I don't want to be like small YouTube on small YouTuber violence here, okay? We're both brothers. We're both brothers from another mother, you know. We're both in the same pond together, you know. But at the same time, brother, should have given this like a twice over, you know. I give videos like a 10 over, you know?
Piranha Plant Cove is clearly the weaker Tour track. I get why it was added, as it's one of Tour's first original courses, but it definitely feels too simple for Mario Kart 8. The wide, empty roads, coupled with the almost grid-based track design, makes this track more than outstay its welcome. The third lap is more interesting, and overall there's some good elements sprinkled in, however I'm just bored for most of this track. But then we come to the best Piranha Plant Pipeway. This is a course that keeps growing on me. After I post this video, I'll probably want to put it higher, but for now, the top of B tier is pretty accurate.
Top of it? What the I thought you were one of the homies. Top of B? I thought you were one of the homies. Get out of here. You're not one of the... You can't sit with us. You can't sit with us. Get out of here.
This
you tricked me.
Not only ends up being a great homage to the underground theme of the Mario Bros. Series.
Hey, you can't tell me what I want to hear, okay? You've ruined your chance. You've ruined your chance. Go sit over there.
Just a fantastic
Go sit over there.
For a Mario Kart track. I love how in the first section, item boxes flow down the stream with you. Getting one of these can really help you out, and collecting it tends to be pretty difficult.
A- tier slide gang. You can sit with him, Biv. You can sit with him. You can sit. I've had enough of you. You can't eat with us tonight.
Giant
Unless you've got an extra peanut butter and jelly and hot orange juice, then I'll snag that. I'll take it as a bribe.
Plant is a great threat, and I only recently discovered that they swap between facing left and right. So when they're facing left, you can get as close as you want to the right side to make it to this section. It's wild that I'm still discovering new things about a game I started playing in 2014. The underwater section is alright, but this level's finale is really where this course shines. The feeling of shooting out of the sewers into a Mario Bros themed area elicits so much joy. Then of course, the shortcut
it is pretty cool.
Is amazing. This one's pretty obvious to discover, but mastering it is really what matters. Because if you mess this one up, you are absolutely screwed. Overall, Piranha Plant has a pretty solid lineup of courses. Even though I was talking shit on Piranha Plant Cove, it's still pretty high up in C tier. Only having one mid-track gives Piranha Plant an average ranking of 33 out of 72.
Again, you put pipeline in there, brother. That's great. You can't be doing that, brother. You can't be doing that. That's insane. Fundamentally flawed ranking. Wait, where was the video? Hang on, chat. I need to find the video now. I need to find the video. Where's the video? I got tagged in it. I got tagged in. Hang on. Am I famous enough where if I look up my own name, something I can find a video? Because like I think Mayro made like a where is it? No, I'm not famous enough. I'm not famous enough to look up my name. It's on Special Mayro. Thank you. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is just like a fundamentally flawed car. Fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed track. Your angle of critique is fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. This video is fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. Not fundamentally flawed. Shit. Sorry, my bad. Fundamentally flawed. I just love how some of them I really emphasize the fundamentally, and others I just shout it with all my heart. It's so good. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Mayra for making that one. Oh, did I close out the tab? Oh, my bad. Oh, there it is. This is just like a fundamentally flawed shut up, Moresty. Shut up. I want to get back to the old video that we're watching. I got an ad for Rainbow Six Siege? I got an ad for Fortnite? Why am I getting ads?
The Mario Kart series.
Thank you. Where were we? We were at Yosh. We were at Piranha, my man. Oh, here we go. We were here. We were here, gamers. We're back. We're so back. Toad.
Now, objectively, Toad is the best character in the Mario series.
Objectively, gamers. He made the huge mistake of saying objectively when he means to say subjectively.
Won't have anyone arguing with this. It's just straight up true. But despite this, sometimes Toad isn't given the best tracks. I feel like a lot of the mushroom themed tracks could have been given to Toad. Like, I get they just want to make themes without giving it to the characters all the time, but why is Mushroom Gorge not a Toad track, and somehow Toad's factory is? Like, why does Toad own a factory?
Why are you asking so many questions, bro? That's the, if anything, that's one of the strangest, that's one of the parts about Mario Kart I really like. Why does Wario own a mountain? When did Waluigi get an oversized pinball tip? Who gives a shit, bro?
Man shouldn't be let within 200 meters of a factory, let alone own one.
Are you accusing Toad of not giving his employers workers' rights? That's Wario you need to have a chat about. He owns a slavery camp.
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. He's okay. But in all honesty, who cares if the track ends up being one of the best in the series? I love how every section is so full of life. The platforms are moving, boxes are being shuffled around, item boxes are being crushed into form.
Yeah, was he just being racist, specious there? He wasn't he, Rude? Not all mushrooms are toads. Wait, that's it. I don't think he's beating the racism allegations, chat. He just made the assumption that mushrooms are toads. Not all mushrooms are toads, Kerblay. That's like, in fact, that's probably a slur. That's probably a slur in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Conveyor belts are moving back and forth. This is a track that feels overwhelming at times, and it's very surprising Nintendo considers this a Mushroom Cup track, because avoiding everything and doing well in this course is still difficult to this day. The final mud pit is a great example of this. I still struggle to line up which way to go, because you really have to plan how to hit these boost pads in quick succession before they disappear. Toad's Harbor is another fantastic.
Admittedly, that section sometimes can be tricky, but I wouldn't call it hard. I would just say tricky, but either way.
Fantastic track. It always feels busy, and I feel like the multiple path splits have a lot to do with this. Almost every section in this course gives you multiple routes to take. The start gives you the bridge or the boat, then you can either go on the top.
This is true, he's cooking here.
Skillfully maneuver between the poles. More advanced players can take the higher narrow path to just barely take a shortcut.
Am I the only one who never vibed with Toad Harbor? Oh my god. We put the reverse Nintendo Land in chat, gamers. I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Then you can either use the anti-gravity wall or just follow the tram along the road. The final section is...
When can we say, hold, Mikey, hold. We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll save it.
Experimenting with what path to take. And for the very end of the track, there's another split path. It's kind of wild to realize how many split paths there actually are.
He still hasn't talked about Toad Circuit. I'm getting scared, chat. Are you getting scared?
You can just take the path.
Are you getting scared?
I do see the value in going whatever way you want, as it allows you to play to your playstyle. All around, this is a fantastically thought out track, and the attention to detail with world building makes this one of the most impressive tracks in all of Mario Kart 8. Toad's Turnpike is interesting. I want to love this track, as if you've seen any of my...
This is probably the worst example of, if he doesn't mention the N60, oh, this is going to be bad, chat. This is going to be bad. If there was ever a track that you have to mention the OG along with the remake, it has to be Toad's Turnpike, right? I think you have to. So, ooh, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough if he doesn't mention the original.
Booster Course Pass videos, you'll know I adore tracks with cars on the road. Shroom Ridge ended up being my favourite Booster Course Pass track, and that's mostly due to how intense the cars make the rather simple track design feel. It fits really well within that course because you're constantly needing to weave around traffic.
I do like Shroom Ridge.
Whether that's to take shortcuts, to avoid items, or just simply traversing the course efficiently. Toad's Turnpike doesn't really achieve the same intensity, because it uses the most boring layout imaginable. If anything, this track is a testament to how amazing car tracks are, as without them, this course would be...
So you do have the capability of making N64 footage, huh? So chat, he has the capability of talking about the N64 originals, because he's shown some footage, which I'm going to assume is his, and yet he hasn't done that in the entire video. Crazy.
In F tier, much like Figure 8 Circuit. But with the cars, I can at least say some moments are pretty fun. The N64 version is...
So you have... Oh no, Kerblay, my man. You had so many instances to mention the end. You stole it like you did. Listen, Gamer JGB, my goat, saves me a lot of time.
Surprisingly, the superior version, purely due to how difficult the course is. Because there are more cars in a tighter area, avoiding them is extremely difficult. And for most races, all the cars seem to compound at the end, making for some of the most clutch finishes I've had in Mario Kart. Toad Circuit is the clear...
Yeah, but like, again, you're more than happy bringing up the old version of a track, but you didn't do that for any of the Bowser Castles. You didn't do that for... You didn't mention the alternate version in Peach Kart. There's so many that you didn't mention, bro. Like, come on, man. Toad Circuit. What does he think about Toad Circuit?
The outlier in Toad's track selection. It's truly nothing special, and it's kind of weird that it was chosen for the Booster Course Pass. I really have nothing to say about this track, because like most beginner tracks, there's not much to dissect. And I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. So ultimately, what gets Toad such a high spot is a pretty positive spread, with his worst track only being bland at worst. Toad had one track in every tier except D and F, so his average rank comes to 29 out of 72.
D and F, so what? So I'm guessing Toad Circuit is C. Toad Turnpike? He put in B? But again, which one is he basing it off of? Is he basing off the new one or the old one? Does he mention it? Are we accounting? Are you just taking the one that you like most? If that's the case, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. If you're gonna I can understand no retros, but if you're gonna include a version, you should include all of them, or just like the OG. I don't know. This is weird. This video isn't fundamentally flawed. I think this video is technically flawed, I would say. I don't think you're doing a good job like explaining it to me, the viewer. I don't know. If I'm confused, I'm sure like everyone else watching is probably confused. Or maybe everyone else is just watching this in the background while they play Fortnite. I don't know. Could be either or. Wario. I think going off of each track's best version is fair as long as he clarifies which one it is. I think it's fair, but I think he's being a bit unclear with which ones he's taking for which version, if that makes sense. Like, did he mention that in the intro? Maybe I did skip the intro, so maybe he mentioned that in the intro and I didn't see it. If he did, then I humbly take back everything I've said, but sure. Let's just watch.
Third place is Wario.
So what, he's got what? Coliseum, 2 stadiums, and a mountain. Is that all of them? Oh, gold mine. So Coliseum, stadium, gold mine, mountain. I would say what, N64 Stadium is the one that brings it down. The rest of them are pretty good.
But despite
pretty solid.
having, in my opinion, the best character track, Wario has a total of 6 tracks spread between...
Don't call me out like that, Moresty. I bet you watch all my videos of playing Fortnite. Who was that? Who was that in the chat? Who was it? Scrolled down too far, I didn't see your name. I bet you do that. Oh, and Galleon? Gallion's a good one as well.
Mario is his magnum opus, and is arguably one of the best tracks in the entire series. The idea of splitting up the track into 3 sections was a fantastic idea initiated by Mario Kart 7. But here with Mount Wario, it feels as if it's reached its potential. The first lap is the most exhilarating in my opinion. Despite it not being as varied as the other laps, its slippery surface coupled with the winding slope makes for a very tight...
Listen, Mount Wario glazing, I will be there no matter what. I will be there, gamers.
The second lap just throws idea after idea at you, while still sticking with the track's theme. The dam section makes a good reason for anti-gravity existing, as not many tracks seem to push the anti-gravity mechanic to create new scenarios.
True.
Like most of the time, it just expands the track and where you can go, whereas I feel very few courses create something memorable from their anti-gravity. The dam section is just a tiny piece of the track, but it really shows how they put no section to waste here. The forest section after the dam is another great area, as it has multiple pathways and a very difficult forest to maneuver. Finally ending the race with a classic downhill ski slope. Not to sound cliche, but it really does make the track feel alive. As you feel the rush in this section,
it's alive.
This is where you make those final items count. Mount Wario is a course I just can't understand anyone hating. It had it all and is willing to do things that other tracks haven't done before.
Macro.
Wario Goldmine is another favorite of mine. Whilst not quite deserving of S tier, the Wii version really bumps up my view of this track. I kind of forgot how difficult this track was. There's not too many differences.
He said this one's in A?
Having the minecarts as an obstacle transforms this section into something way more fun than
I agree.
It makes getting the items behind them actually challenging, and doing the shortcut is way more rewarding. Wario Coliseum was a course I decided to play on the Wii, and this is because I want to reserve my first time playing Double Dash for another video. So
interesting. Yeah, I think my assessment was correct. I don't think this video is fundamentally flawed. I think this video is technically flawed. I think with Double Dash and Wii's drastically different control schemes, I don't think you can gauge Wario Coliseum accurately by using modded footage. I just don't think you can. I think, yeah, this video is technically flawed.
For now, I just used a custom track. But honestly, I had so much fun with this course within the Wii version.
Of course you did, because the Wii version makes the controls more... Oh no, Curb. Listen, I can only defend you for so long, brother. There's so many like technical hiccups with this ranking, and no, like I want to be a bit generous and say, you know, maybe some of them are just nitpicks that like I would do if I directed this video, but like some of it, like I don't think you could use modded tracks. I just think you can. I think that's a fair statement, right?
I'm kind of surprised they never brought this one back. Because with
I don't think that's me being nitpicky, is it? Because I feel like whenever I pause the video and like mention something technical, I feel like I'm being nitpicky, you know? I feel like it's like, oh, Moresty, if you could do better, why don't you do it? And it's like, fine, I will. But fuck, man.
It just makes so much more sense for this to have been a remake. Regardless, I love the challenge posed in this course. It feels similar to Wii Rainbow Road in that sometimes it's very easy to fall off, but the course demands you to drive precisely on this constantly winding path with many...
See, look, this version has a fucking fire bar! Look! That's not in the original, bro! No! You can't do that! The mod is changing it! Oh, Kerblo. Oh, Kerblo, you've made me sad. You've made me sad. You've made me sad, gamers. I'm just sad. I'm not even disappointed anymore. I'm just sad. It almost makes me want to make this same video, but better. That sounds so mean. I'm sorry. It's mean. I shouldn't say that. Friendly fire. We're both small YouTubers. I don't want to know. I'm sorry. But you can't do that, Kerblo. You can't do that. You spent 45 minutes on this, man. So this wasn't even like a video you threw together. You put a lot of effort into this. Man. Fuck. Let's keep watching.
You to drive precisely on this constantly winding path with many tricks and ramps. Wario Stadium is another great track that the Mario Kart 8 version cleaned up and made a lot more satisfying. Wario Shipyard is a surprisingly great track for one that is primarily underwater. There's a lot of moving parts.
It is good,
and
it is good.
Integrating the pirate theme into the course is done masterfully. All these courses together would have given Wario an average ranking of 13 out of 72.
Chat is being very nice. Chat is saying better than macros. Give him more compliments, chat. Give him more compliments. And also Fungus Edits. I don't know if you were here, but I made the royal decree a couple of months back that Wario's Shipyard / Galleon is no longer an underrated track. It's just a correctly rated track because we all agree that it is good.
Him just after first place.
I do like your your profile picture is very nice. I like the name as well, Kirby. I don't know where you got that from. Is it like a fusion of Kirby in your name? I like that, yeah.
But there is one infamous track still left over, and that's Wario Stadium from the N64. Now, this is a course that isn't as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Yeah, it's atrocious. Yes, it's atrocious, Kirby. What are you? It's awful. You're talking to me. When I first played N64 on the NSO, I played this. Just to make things clear, guys, whenever I make a concept for a video, I go into there deliberately wanting to be different. I want to be different, chat, because that's what makes for a better video, right? If you're going against the grain, it makes for a more compelling video. But I only want to go against the grain if I believe it with my chest. So when I played N64 Wario Stadium, I wanted to believe that, hey, this is like an underrated gem that just never got DS ruined its time. That would have been a cool video. Fuck, I would have loved it. But no, I played. I'm like, no, this is shit. I can't even be different. I can't even try to get in the video. So Kirby is going to do it for me. So what you got to say, brother?
Sure, it's pretty long and empty, but I still do have some fun whilst playing this course. I like the motocross vibe.
Show me the fun.
Although
motocross vibe. The DS version has that. The Waluigi Stadium has that. This isn't like a unique theme to this, brother. What are you? He's yapping. He's not being the yapping. No, Kirby, don't do this to me.
The tricking mechanic in this game.
Yes.
The ramps is still satisfying.
No, it's not.
This is also a good course to get good at. I'm terrible at Mario Kart 64.
This is a good course to get good at, as in what, like get used to the controls? Maybe. Okay, fair.
Over the course of playing this track, it felt good to master the turns that I'd been failing laps before.
So, hang on. So you'll happily give N64 Wario Stadium the time of day of improving, but you won't give the GBA version of SNES BC2 the time of day neither? I don't know, Kerbley. You're not beating the washed allegations.
Yeah, it's still a pretty awful experience.
John
Brain.
Braid.
The game had to offer. I think that this course has a lot of potential to come back as a fully updated stadium track.
Yep,
It'd take a lot
cold
of
take.
modifying to make it fun. So Wario ends
Iceberg
up
take.
losing one position because of this course. But in all honesty, I definitely think he deserves second place. Purely because there are way more tracks that are great here than what second place has. But that's just how averaging the rank of the character goes. So ultimately, Wario has
Who's
an
in number
average
2 then?
rank of 21 out of 72.
Okay. Who's number 2? That's interesting.
Waluigi only just
Who has so I guess in number 1 is DK then, right? So who has what does Waluigi have? He has a pinball, he has a stadium. What else does he have? Am I missing something? Only stadium and pinball? Oh, in that case, yeah, like he has 2 fantastic tracks then. That's it. GG.
makes it to second place.
Oh, Waluigi pinball. Oh.
Across the entire series. It seems like the meme of Nintendo forgetting about his existence also applies to the Mario Kart
And Waluigi
series.
Water Pavilion,
Let
of
me
course.
just say, in this case, that is not a problem, as the 2 tracks he does have are both standout tracks. Waluigi Pinball is iconic. It has a few faults that make me question its reputation as one of the best in the series, but I can't deny that most of the course is so creative.
It's mid, Kerbley. It's mid. Oh.
Is the highlight. You either have to be fast or mindful of where the pinball will be. I love how it feels to drive this section, and the music definitely adds to the intensity.
Waluigi freak
The
ball.
pinball section is unique, and I have to give it credit.
Whoever said that, I'm gonna kill him.
So iconic, but I do not love this section. I wish I had more experimentation tied to it, because I feel like I'm just kind of driving forward hoping I don't get hit. And sometimes
Yes. Yes, Kerb. Welcome to hazard design. You can also drive around the outsides if you're really that nervous, but no one does that. Yes. Yes.
you just can't avoid a pinball from behind.
Yeah, that's why you have the side part. Yes.
The track also doesn't have any shortcuts, which definitely lowers its rank. But
See, I watched Brad 766's video and he said the same thing. I agree with him. No, I'm a sleep agent now. Yeah.
Fun track. Wario Stadium is really where his tracks peak.
Way!
Like the Mario Kart 8 version of this is so perfect. Every section feels complete, with different ways to tackle it. You can go about this track normally, following the obvious path, or you can use its mechanics to get a lot more out of it. I love how the half pipes are used effectively here, as many tracks just put them in for their item boxes. Here you can use them to completely change the track. Since I've been playing this game for a while, I've been able to find so many little tricks that continue to make this course more exciting. Jumping over this section at the start is one of my favourite shortcuts in the game.
I didn't even know what the fuck? I didn't even know that. What the
Course more exciting. Jumping over this section at the start is one of my favourite shortcuts in the
I didn't even know there was a shortcut. Shit.
game, but more recently I discovered
That's crazy.
For any skill level, this is a track that keeps giving, as there's never really any
I knew about that one.
downtime in this course. It's so phenomenal and has pretty much given Waluigi second place. I still think that Wario should be second, but ultimately Waluigi only has great tracks to his name. Hopefully Nintendo
Nice
can
hit.
remember who he is and create more tracks for him. But for now, he's sitting at an average rank of 15 out of 7.
So what, Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong December? It's Donkey Kong December in July, guys. Shit.
So the main inspiration for making this video was a thought I had whilst playing one of this character's tracks. I thought the competition...
We all
for
know who
first
it is.
place
It's in the
would be
thumbnail.
somewhat
You
close,
put it in the
but in
thumbnail,
all
brother. We know who it
honesty,
is.
There was only ever one winner, and that's...
Donkey. Come on,
Donkey Kong has a total of...
So hang on, how many stages have we got? Parkway, Jungle, Pass, and Okay, yeah, actually, that's interesting. Parkway, Jungle, Pass, and Summit. He's only got like one S tier track in there. Wait, that's insane. Actually, that's insane. I never realized how insane this was, chat. What? That's in. Parkway is like what? B in its original incarnation? It's like fucking shit in Wii. I don't really like it. Jungle is atrocious. Summit is fantastic, and Pass is arse. Mountain is. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Let's see what he has to say.
In S tier. I think that says enough.
3 are in S. Which 3? Oh my god, which 3? Now, oh my gosh, hang on, gamers. Gamers, there are 3 S tiers among us. And we have to figure out which ones they are.
About the quality of his tracks. DK Summit would have to be my favorite, as its commitment to the theme brings so much adrenaline-filled moments. I love how the half pipes are useful for cutting around the corners.
I like that as well.
A lot of momentum to the course. The ramps are fun to go off, there's plenty of shortcuts, and there's a great amount of challenge injected. The gap jumps have become some of my favorite shortcuts to pull off, and in online lobbies, it's essential to get this down pat. The end of the track is always chaotic.
Maybe in your online lobbies, not mine though.
And so many hazards. DK Mountain also feels pretty similar in design, as you launch out of a cannon, then head downhill for the rest of the track. I keep switching between these 2 tracks on which one is my favorite, but they're basically the same quality. This track even has a gap jump, which, much like the last track, is a really satisfying shortcut. I love how wide the track starts off, with it being pretty easy to avoid the boulders, but as it goes on, the track narrows and becomes a lot more challenging. The bridge at the end is also a highlight. There's been so many intense finishes due to how close everyone is. The final S tier track.
Moresty, DK Mountain is peak, stop it. Oh, I was burdened with the knowledge that I wish I never had, honestly. The new version is just... nah.
There's been so many intense finishes.
What does he have to say about...
how close everyone is.
What does he have to say about this?
The final S tier track is DK Jungle.
There is well and truly an imposter among us gamers. What do you have to say about this?
This is a perfect homage to Donkey Kong Country.
Oh no, why did he say that? I bet he's never even played the game. No! He said the line! No! He said the line! Fuck my life! He said the line! Love yourself, brother. Love yourself, Kerbler, okay? Love yourself.
I'm a big fan of that game, so...
Yeah? 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 Yeah?
All the references stick out to me. But
yeah? Ooh, look, here's my hey, Kerbler, here's my Nintendo Switch. I've got an Annihilate sticker on the back. That's a reference to Pokemon. So that means you like Pokemon, so you're gonna instantly like this stream because I referenced Pokemon on my thing. Ooh, is that all it takes? Is that literally it? Raise your standards, brother. Raise your standards.
Without that, the track design is so varied and interesting all throughout. The enemies are consistently difficult to dodge.
Not in this version. You're showing the wrong version. In the 7 version, I'd give that to you. You're showing the power of editing is phenomenal, brother. In the 7 version, those like tiki drums, I even said it in my review, like my fucking 96 rock ranking. In this version, they suck because they had to tone it down because the Banana Cup track.
A difficult shortcut to take.
That's not the... What's happening here? Just say you like the references and move on. The more you yap, the more it's crap. You don't even need a mushroom. Look, power of editing, vibes, chicanery. You look, difficult shortcut. Maybe the 7 Bowser Castle shortcut. Difficult shortcut. Some of the shortcuts on Woohoo Island Loop, some of those are difficult. Broken Pier, the mushroom jump, that's a difficult shortcut. This?
Enemies are consistently difficult to dodge. There's a difficult shortcut to take that...
Blood, I can't remember the last time I took the normal path because it's that fucking easy!
Doesn't require a mushroom, and the ending is such a clever idea. Having a split path with one path being clearly faster, but making it such a risky option is a really cool way to finish the track. It's kind of like the shortcut from Banana Plant Pipeway, where if you mess it up, you're gonna lose a lot of places.
Yeah, it was such a difficult shortcut. They toned this down from a special cup track to a banana cup track. Okay, guys, you can say it. I've held you guys back long enough. If you think this is a genuinely difficult turn and that shortcut is good, 3, 2, 1, skill issue. Thank you, gamers. Happy. We're all happy. We're so happy. Oh my god. I wish I was happy. I really do. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. No more. Okay, let's move on.
It's cruel, but it makes this track so much fun. DK Pass is an overhated track in my opinion.
Where's Battenberg when you... Who else do I know that really likes this track? I know it was Battenberg. I don't know if he's in the chat today. Was Biff Weed one of the likers of this? I don't know if Biff was. I want to make fun of someone.
I wouldn't even say it's his worst track. I really love the windy path.
It's just mid, bro. Okay, sorry, mid is bad. It's just forgettable. How about that?
For the mountain, it can be pretty difficult to stay on the path, especially with the icy physics.
It's just like C, bro.
Add a lot of excitement to the more lacking sections, kind of like how Waluigi Pinball does it. And how can I forget the special item box? I had Mario Kart DS as a kid and played the absolute crap out of that game, but I never discovered this shortcut. So
neither did I, which is why I didn't mention it in my video. So you'll mention the hidden item, but you won't. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
To find out about this for the first time. Lastly, DK's worst track is ranked 26 out of 72. So he really doesn't have any bad tracks.
Yeah, but you're showing the shit version of it. The original one was way better.
Single pathway has a lot of great elements to it. The jump over the lake is so epic. Even though I think the N64 version is a little bit worse than the Wii version, this jump across the lake is way more engaging, as you can angle where you jump off the ramp to cut off some time. I get why they got rid of this, because it's not featured anywhere else in
Jungle Parkway is the best one, Boris, my fella. Tell me a dealer, okay? I need one of those right now. I'm fucking stressed. This video is stressing me out.
For a cannon. But the Wii version makes the jungle area feel way better. I love how you can jump over these curbs and get some sick airtime. I love this bridge for all the same reasons as DK Mountain, and it being even narrower just makes this such a great spot to use items. Like, avoiding the bullet bill here was something I actively had to think about. The problem with this course is how these great moments are spread between a lot of nothing moments. It's not too bad, but I'm definitely not as engaged as other DK courses. But now I can show you the
entire tier list. DK Mountain NS, yeah? What, the new version? I don't know, man. Anyway.
Entire tier
DK Jungle in it.
list I made for this video.
Oh boy.
It's crazy how much DK just fills up S tier, with every other character only having one track in S tier. So ultimately, Donkey Kong is the winner with an average rank of 12 out of 72.
Crazy. That is crazy, brother. I almost want to do my own version of this. I want to see how mine would stack up, actually, but I'll save that for another time. Saul, my man, my fella. What the fuck? DK Jungle Power OG's better than Wii. Not saying about much, but OG's D and the Wii's F. Yeah, I just think the Restless Natives thing is actually really, really charming. I think it's really, really charming, and I like that. Thank you for the 5. Man, let me have another look. Can I peruse this?
Of track in S tier. So
3DS Bowser Castle up here. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, boss. That is a boss. A boss. I got back. DK number 1 is a W. Bruv. That's crazy. That's crazy, folks.
You think has the best character tracks in the comments, and if you have any other ideas of Mario Kart rankings based on weird criteria.
Do a circuit track ranking. Do a circuit. Everyone's telling me to do one of those. Do you guys actually want to see? Okay, be honest. Do you actually want to see me do a circuit track ranking? Because like that's a video that enough people have asked me where I'm like, do I? I'm just like the circuit track, guys. The circuit tracks, man. What do you mean? Do some people really care that much? Jeez.
I'd love to hear it, as this video was so much fun to make. But anyways,
I'm glad it was fun to make, and it was fun to watch as well. But actually, I'm very curious. I skipped over the intro, but in the intro, did he specify he was only going to use the best version? I just want to know that for my own sake, so I'm going to watch the intro again.
It has a lot of Galaxy references.
Hang on.
Interesting to see how certain
Let's go from the beginning.
Mario Kart tracks. So in seeing how well Nintendo is able to transform their generic themes into memorable race courses, I wanted to observe how how well they're able to do the same, but for their characters. It's interesting to see how certain characters are represented in the series. Like, visually, I think Rosalina's Ice World is a great showcase of her character. It has a lot of galaxy references, and in my opinion, the Icy course...
Oh, he fell. Oh, and the worst even what he fell for the... He's not being the mid-world allegations. Oh, no.
Represents the vibe of Rosalina. Some other tracks don't do this very well. Like, every Mario circuit kind of has me asking, what about this is Mario-themed? But I digress. So I wanted to rank and discuss which character has the best courses within the Mario Kart series. But in order to do this, I've made a couple of rules. Firstly, I compiled all the character courses within the series. However, I'm only counting the characters that have at least 2 tracks to their name.
Okay.
So there's at least a bit of an average for each character. To my surprise, this only eliminates 3 characters, that being Rosalina, Boo, and Thwomp. Secondly, it only counts if the character's name appears in the title.
Okay, that's also fair.
So, although the Ghost Valleys are kind of Boo's track, it's not explicitly their track.
Actually, hang on. Yeah, actually, do you know what? I think that's a fair can of worms to leave closed. Because then if he counts Ghost Valley as a Boo track, then people would say, oh, what about this? Is it this track? You know, this person belongs to this. So he's closing that can of worms before he opens it, which I think is fair, you know?
I've decided that arcade tracks won't count. I played a bit of those games, and I just don't think they hold up compared to the main
Fair enough.
Lastly, there are multiple different versions of some of these tracks.
Oh, here it is.
Many courses have been remade, especially with the older tracks. So to simplify things, I'm just going to include one version of the track, and that will be whatever I consider to be the best version.
That's fair enough, but I would have liked to have seen. So he did mention that. So any critique based on that, I will humbly retract. But I still would have liked it better if you took the whole spectrum. And even then, I think that makes your Bowser Castle ranking even more flawed because you took in you simply, if anything, yeah, that makes your SNES BC2 critique even worse because you based it off of this version. So you didn't even play both versions and simply just show this footage. You literally only played this one version. So that, in some cases, that's even worse. That's even not fundamentally flawed, no, technically flawed, I would say. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I enjoyed this video. Just like, listen, I don't want to be too mean. I think this video was very, very good. I think you did a good job expressing yourself. I think for a lot of the points, when you did explain them, I think you did a very, very good job at that. I think there were some technical aspects of this video that I don't agree with. Some of them I would have changed or made differently myself. But overall, very solid video actually. I enjoyed my time here. I enjoyed my stay. I'm gonna do my usual comment of how do you spell it? Is it A-E? Well, Kerbly, your takes are not, but I must say, you make a fun video. There we go. I enjoyed it more than I didn't enjoy it. Just like I was maybe if I was mentioning more critiques than good points, my apologies. But I think overall this video was very, very good. Did I do your takes? Oh, my bad. Edits. The edit button is fantastic. You are takes. I think this video is very, very good overall. So very good job on that. If I was being too mean, I do apologize. But good stuff. Good stuff, Mr. Kerbly. I hope you... What else have you done, actually? Let's have a look. What else have you made for me, brother? What else have you made that I can steal? The worst games of 2020... Oh, I should have made this video. I never got a chance to. DLC Wave 6. Wonder has revived the 2D Mario series. Guys, I want to make a Mario Wonder video myself because I really want to make a video on that game. And I'm going to say some things that are going to be very mean about that game. Nothing that interests me personally, but hey, man, keep up the grind, brother. Keep the grind. All right, there we have it, chat. That was